sensitize and create more awareness among the Malaysian public. As a council member, we will intensify efforts to promote safe, clean, healthy, and sustainable environment and improve understanding of the effects of climate change on the enjoyment of human rights. The HRC, at its recently concluded 48th session, agreed to recognize access to a safe, clean, healthy, and sustainable environment as a human right that needs to be protected and promoted. And I'm proud to say that Malaysia had co-sponsored this resolution. Becoming a council member also puts Malaysia in a good position to advocate strongly against human rights violations, such as the systematic oppression of the Palestinian people and the Rohingyas in Myanmar. Malaysia will also work with the relevant mechanisms to participate in the rebuilding of Afghanistan, starting with enhancing Malaysia's contribution in the humanitarian assistance. Membership of the HRC also provides Malaysia an ideal opportunity to leverage the spirit of multilateralism. It will be a platform to demonstrate our progress and commitment to strengthen human rights, uphold the rule of law, and address inequality at the international fora. In upholding a whole of society approach, Malaysia will continue to engage closely and consult all relevant stakeholders, including our national human rights institutions, SUHAKAM, the various CSOs, the professionals, the academia, and so on and so forth. We pledge to fulfill our commitments as was promised during the process towards the election last night. In the context of our foreign policy, we have finalized a document which is about the framework of foreign policy, post-pandemic 19 framework, which will be presented to the cabinet. And the framework encompasses, among others, a very strong commitment to the promotion of human rights, including the 10 pledges that we outlined clearly during the process of the election of the HRC. We count on everyone's support to make our membership a successful one. Those are my statement for today. If there are any questions from members of the press, you are most welcome.
Good morning, Datuk. Murni here. If I may facilitate the Q&A session, for members of the media, you may use the hand raise function in the virtual platform, or you may post your question in the chat box. Any questions so far from the media?
Anis Nabila.
Okay, Ms. Anis Nabila, please go ahead.
Hi, Datuk.
Hi.
Anis from Nama here. Related to Palestine and Afghanistan issue, Malaysia will bring this matter to HRC.
I'm trying to...
Related
Okay. With regard to Afghanistan, I think the priority now is to ensure humanitarian assistance is delivered to all Afghan people who are in dire need of assistance. And this is something that we are negotiating with some of the countries that are very much involved in the negotiation. And it is in this regard that I have appointed Datuk Ahmad Azam Abdul Rahman as my special advisor on Afghanistan. He is scheduled to go to Turkey tomorrow night, and following that he will be traveling to Qatar and Pakistan, and hopefully by November we will be able to know exactly what are the kind of humanitarian assistance that we can help to deliver to Afghanistan. We have already pledged USD 100,000 to the UN, but there are also other avenues of giving assistance, and we really have to look at the actual requirement. One of our NGO, the GPM, Global Peace Mission, was already there a couple of weeks ago, and they have also submitted their report, and we will follow through accordingly.
Okay, thank you, Datuk.
Welcome. Any others?
There's Mr. Ng Chun Kiat from the Asahi Shimbun, Datuk.
Yeah.
Hi, Dato. Good morning. Good morning to you. Congratulations on today's announcement. Just wanted to ask you if you can allow me to indulge in one question on ASEAN, if it's okay, sir. So I just wanted to ask you that last night, the Myanmar Foreign Ministry from the SAC government, they issued this statement about calling ASEAN that this first visit by the special envoy should be a visit that should build bridges and gain respect and trust, instead of meeting particular people from, I guess it's Aung San Suu Kyi. So I just wanted to get your view on this, about your response to the statement by Myanmar. And also wanted to ask you, why is it so important for the special envoy to have a visit this time before the summit? Why now?
You mean the envoy for Afghanistan?
Oh, no, the envoy for Myanmar, ASEAN special envoy for Myanmar.
Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. Well, firstly, all of the ASEAN leaders, including the representation from Myanmar, agreed in April this year on the 5-point consensus and the appointment of Datuk Irwan, the second Foreign Minister of Brunei Darussalam, to be the special envoy of the ASEAN chair to Myanmar. By the way, one of our pledges for the HRC speak about Malaysia continuing to speak on behalf of the oppressed and the suppressed. And this is where I think your question is actually very relevant to the HRC. Secondly, Malaysia is very disappointed that after 6 months from April, Minister Irwan has yet to be able to be to go to Myanmar, even though there was an invitation by Myanmar authorities for him to visit. But our take is that he is not being given the necessary accessibility to meet all the relevant stakeholders. And because of that, we are very concerned that the 5-point consensus is not making any progress. This evening, we will have an emergency meeting of ASEAN foreign ministers, and we will be discussing this matter further. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any other questions from members of the media?
Hi, this is Rosanna from Reuters. Hi, Datuk, congratulations. I also have a question on the meeting with Myanmar tonight. We understand that we are going to discuss, among other things, whether to exclude Myanmar's military leader from the ASEAN summit later this month. I believe you were the first one to suggest this idea a few weeks back. Could we get your thoughts on that? And when will the decision be announced? And also, what are the alternatives if ASEAN members cannot reach a consensus on the issue?
I have been informed that there is plan for Minister Irwan to go to Myanmar probably on the 18th of this month. I think the special envoy has made a lot of concession because the earlier deadline was yesterday. But in the spirit of friendship and consensus, I appreciate the fact that Minister Irwan is doing whatever that is humanly possible to fulfill his obligation and his mandate to realize the implementation of the 5-point consensus. However, this evening, I think we will be looking at the details of the proposed visit. If there is no real progress, then Malaysia's stand will remain that we do not want the general to be attending the summit. No compromise on that. Okay.
And what would happen if ASEAN cannot reach a consensus on that?
Well, we will discuss further and see what will happen.
Do you have any alternatives, such as sanctions or inviting someone else from the Myanmar authorities, like instead of the leader, perhaps somebody lower in command?
Yeah, we will be looking at one or two alternatives. In the context of ASEAN, we do not have a system where you downgrade a particular member's representation to the summit. So there are probably other ways of doing it. So we will be discussing the details. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Datuk, sorry. One last short question. Will Myanmar join the meeting tonight?
Oh, yes. The foreign minister of Myanmar will be attending. I mean, at least we know that he has been invited and he has indicated that he is attending, which is a good thing. And we are hoping that we can discuss these matters openly. In fact, in the last meeting that we have had, Minister Wuna was there, and the discussion went very well in a friendly spirit. There were, of course, differences in opinions, but I think we managed to do it the ASEAN way, and I'm hoping that we will do the same tonight, and we can find ways to overcome whatever issues.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, if there are no more questions, thank you so much to members of the media for participating in today's press conference. If I may invite YB, Datuk Saifuddin and senior officials to just stay on for a while for photo op. Just for...
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Dia bergambar ni kesian dekat Syed Hasrin lah. Dia tak tidur daripada semalam kot. Tapi cantik lah pakai batik masuk dekat plenary hall tu. It's a good sign. Because I'm sure you know that Parliament has approved the usage of Malaysian batik on Thursdays in the hall. So yes, I'm looking forward to wear batik next meeting. Bila? Starting on the 25th. Okay.
Yang tak tidur Datuk Faisal, Datuk.
Oh, Faisal,
Faisal pukul 4 pagi tu.
Faisal dia bukan perlu tidur pun, dia seorang, apa masalahnya?